Agawam, Massachusetts today in the Feeding Hills section, and we're on South Westfield Road, and there happens to be a Smith family cemetery here with a beautiful sign out front, a little wooden picket fence. In the back there, it continues with a fence. It's a metal post fence. This cemetery is from 1814. It has more than the Smith family, has some of the other neighbors to it, and the headstones are put in the correct direction, so I'm excited about that much. Anything else you want to know?
Are there any footstones?
Yes, out of 10 headstones, there's 6 footstones, but they point in the wrong direction. So I'll tell you about it as I go up this hill. So I hope you understand what's going on, and you can come along for the ride up these beautiful steps. They're steeper than they look. Okay, and it has right outside an information board where it tells you all the names of the families that are inside of here. Okay, Bailey, Harris, Smith. Okay, a lot of Smith around. Now, this helps you, it gives you off the inscriptions that are on there in case you can't read them. And there's a gate. And then there's that wooden picket fence, but it continues as a metal post fence. Now start on the right hand side where the Smiths are. This little headstone's having troubles, so they help prop it up with metal post. And this one too, these are Smiths, probably children. And then here's Samuel Smith, died 1828, 56 years old. And also his wife, Margaret Smith, died 1829, 44 years old. All right, and next to it is a footstone. Now this cemetery is lined up correctly. The inscription of the headstone is pointing towards a westerly direction, and there are footstones around. That footstone should be back about 7 feet from this one, back with the other one, and they should point in an easterly direction, so that the buried person that could rise up, his head or her head would rise up and face towards the east. In this case, into a hill. All right, and so this footstone should be back, and that footstone for Margaret, or I'm sorry, Mrs. Smith is right in front, and Samuel's must be in the back. All right, and this is a memory of Mrs. Abigail Smith, wife of Captain Samuel Smith, died 1814. Right, and you can see, oh, no footstones back there, so not everyone has one. All right, and this is Samuel Smith, and his footstone is up back there. SS, that's him. So everything's lined up correctly, except that the headstone is perfect. The footstone should point in the other direction. Someone moved it to beautify it and thinking, oh, things should point in the same direction. You should have the ability to walk back there and look at it pointing the other direction. Okay, now, these are the other family, Harris family, and you can see behind her, Clarissa Harris has a little stone. I wonder if she was a child. It's not saying that. Daughter of, probably was, and that's why the footstone's so close in. And that's the way it should be, because a little child should have their footstone very close in. They made the headstones lined up, but they didn't make the footstones lined up because it varies upon the height of the person. In memory of 2 infant sons of Joseph and Clarissa Harris, who died in 1816, there's a little footstone back there. Okay, and this is Hannah, the daughter of Esther Bailey, and her little footstone's back there. And she might have been like almost 10 years old or so, because hers is a little back further. Okay, so you've seen the burials. Okay, and then the perimeter is very dark. And I'll lighten it up for you. And then they maintain it very well, Agawam, with these beautiful fence, and they take down old trees. And this used to be probably the post for an old fence around here, and they put a modern one in. Okay, So you can look around and see there's some stones around here that don't belong to the cemetery burials. Okay, is there anyone else in here? Maybe. Maybe a person with a stone, who knows? That's hard to tell. Okay, and so this road has a golf course on it down this direction. Okay, and watch out when you park, and park off the road as much as possible because they drive fast. Okay, and I'll give you one more sweep around. All right, the left side, the other families. Then they start with the Smiths and go on with the Smiths over here. So a very well maintained cemetery. And if you like obscure family cemeteries, this is a beautiful one to start on. Thank you very much.